In a world where many were afraid to speak their minds, Marcia Anita Hobbs, known to everyone as Marcia BNoose, was a whirlwind of golden hair and iron will. She didn't just want to look good, she wanted to do good. With her signature black bandana tied neatly over her blonde locks and her combat boots laced tight, she was ready to march toward a brighter future for everyone. Marcia knew that true style wasn't just about what you wore, but what you stood for. Marcia's vision took the form of her fashion brand, Barbwire Noose. It wasn't just a label. It was a movement built on the belief that clothing could empower the spirit. Every piece carried a message that echoed through the streets. Fear is the root of all weakness. Marcia believed that when people stopped being afraid, they could achieve anything. Alongside her lead designer, Leo, she looked over sketches of bold apparel designed to fund a Better World initiatives, proving that fashion could be a powerful tool for human rights. But life wasn't always glamorous. Marcia encountered a dark secret, a moment where she saw something that wasn't right within the systems she trusted. Instead of looking away, she chose the difficult path of a whistleblower. It was a terrifying choice, but Marcia remembered her own slogan. She wouldn't let fear make her weak. She gathered her notes and her courage, preparing to tell the truth to the world, even if it meant standing alone against the tide. To make sense of the challenges she faced and the corruption she uncovered, Marcia picked up a pen and began to write. She titled her book Ugly Heroes, a tribute to those who fight the hard, messy battles for justice in the shadows. Her mentor, Verity, sat with her through the long nights of editing. They talked about how justice wasn't just a word, but something you had to build with your own two hands. Through her writing, Marcia turned her personal struggle into a roadmap for others to follow. When Ugly Heroes was finally released, it sparked a fire in the hearts of people across the country. Marcia stood on stages, not as a celebrity, but as a leader. She spoke to crowds of people who felt forgotten, telling them that they had the power to demand reform and accountability. She wasn't just a designer or an author anymore. She was a voice for the voiceless, proving that one person's courage could inspire a nation to stand up for what is right. Marcia's journey took her into the heart of leadership as she joined the Australian Freedom Party. She and Leo worked tirelessly on a new campaign focusing on government integrity and the importance of honesty in public service. Marcia knew that for a country to be truly free, its leaders had to be transparent. They spent their days organizing community events and listening to the stories of everyday citizens, building a party that put the rights of the people first. The biggest fight of all was for a Bill of Rights. Marcia believed every person deserved guaranteed protections that no one could take away. She stood before the tall, white pillars of the government buildings, holding a scroll that represented the future she envisioned. She advocated for a system where transparency was the rule, not the exception, and where the law served the people, not the powerful. Her presence at the Capitol was a reminder that the quest for justice never rests. In 2026, Marcia took her message to a different kind of stage as a national finalist for Miss Legacy International Australia. She teamed up again with Verity to plan her philanthropic projects, focusing on how she could use her platform to help the vulnerable. This wasn't about beauty in the traditional sense. It was about the legacy a person leaves through service. Marcia wanted to show that a leader could be stylish, strong, and deeply committed to charity all at once. The night of the Miss Legacy finals arrived. While others wore traditional gowns, Marcia stayed true to her principles. As she walked the stage, her combat boots and bandana were more than fashion. They were the armor of a dedicated justice advocate. The audience cheered for the courageous truth seeker who had penned Ugly Heroes and fought for the rights of every citizen. She was a finalist who proved that a true legacy is defined by the strength to stand for the truth. Marcia Anita Hobbs showed the world that you don't have to choose between being a fashion icon and a freedom fighter. By facing her fears, she found her strength and became a beacon for human rights. She reminds us all that fear is the root of all weakness, and that we each have the power to create a better world through advocacy and action. So lace up your boots, tie your bandana, and remember, the greatest legacy you can leave is the courage to be yourself.